What's up, boys? Today we're going to watch an old video from Leysin, the brand, but Leysin, Switzerland World Cup in the rain, track super long. Apparently
2000, right?
2000, I think, and apparently I killed it. Well, look, I'm at the start here. You can see, you don't even see like 5 meters. I remember the beginning of the trail was super sketchy. You can watch this video online. You will see all the riders, videos and everything. Look like I'm cruising, but I'm definitely not touching the brakes so much. Well, two reasons. The brakes I was using those days was definitely not the best, and in the rain, definitely not even more. Then I remember I was looking for all the line outside. You see, I'm basically outside where it's all brown. I was looking for fresh grass. We was using like super skinny section.
Sitting down as usual?
Yeah, sitting down. Like I'm not really known of pedaling too much, always sitting down. So I'm always sitting down when people are definitely sprinting. I always like to have like a higher seat post because I knew I could relax, because I'm definitely the guy who can stand up for 6 minutes. It was crazy. It was super foggy at the top, like super wet. And here, as you can see, like I'm cruising because we're entering the last corners and grass. And I think I'm couple jumps. Like I remember, I think we're going to see it later. I was jumping and I landed so far, and I look on the right. It was the camera. It was pretty funny. This is a finish line. I don't know what I did, but I think I had a good run. I had a good feeling. Definitely enjoyed it. Have fun. And we will see. Look at the second. I think the commentator is going off, and boom. That's where I realized. I don't even think I see the result. I see just the people. Look, I have the number in the front.
You were afraid for your precious package.
For the package.
Extra protection.
On the right there was taking me in the arms. It's like Charlie Livermore. Definitely one of the good days. Super wet. Oh man, I remember the party that night was pretty massive. Yeah, but I didn't even realize. I saw after that I won by 9 seconds or something. And this is pretty cool. They should do it again. Yeah. You know, like comparing two riders, different line. I would definitely didn't have the best line, but I was not touching the brakes. And look, that's a jump I was talking to you. Look, I'm going to land. Boom! Look, I look on the right. I'm like, what the fuck?
Did you get that?
Oh, I look at the camera because when I jump, I saw that, you know, they had those big cameras, and I saw the guy was following me. And I mean, in 6 minutes, I was cooked, and I was like trying to have fun, but I was dead. And when I land, man, my head went just like boom, you know, like Rampage when I go too big, same kind of thing. Yeah. And here I'm speaking.
A big mistake on the first turn, like I slide because I didn't see with the cloud. I didn't see like what was it, the first turn. Oh, I was like, okay, we have to go slow a little bit now. If you like to go to the finish line. After that, I was fast. I was pretty clean, and I do like 2 mistakes in the rocks, like run a little bit after the bike because I was maybe a little bit straight. It was hard to brake on the rocks with a mud tire, but I had a pretty good finish run. I was like a little bit. The two last the turn I was safe, but I really don't know I was good. Like best time 9 seconds. It's like pretty big for a final. I really don't know. I had fun for sure.
Basically, like I was running, and I'm like, oh well, it was kind of sketchy because you know, we use those small tires with spike tires, and at the top was really packed in rocks, and man, I was just sideways everywhere. I was thinking like I broke my rim, or I had a flat tire or something, and I was looking back and I'm like, well, I guess it's just slippery. Cedric, just keep going, and it was so long, man. That was a long run.
6 minutes is a long run. Right?
Yeah, it's a long run in the rain. But what I didn't remember, just watching now, it was a lot of flat section, and I was thinking then, yeah, apparently I wasn't too bad on the pedaling, even if I was sitting down. But definitely, where I get the time here, I guess, is I was opening the line, really like skiing. I was getting off, like basically the video we did the other day with Steve Pete in Leger. I was trying to get out of the normal line when it was all brown and look for fresh grass, because it was a lot better for my tire to be in a fresh kind of grass and dirt instead of going where everything is messy already and sticky. Then I was cutting all the corner, and I was trying to basically don't touch the brakes, just let the bike go, just go on the side. Even if I was a little bit offline, as long as I was not touching the brake, I think I was clean. Then, yeah, definitely a good memory. That's funny we talk about this because we're doing the video, and the other day, you know, you have those Facebook reminder, and they sent me basically the result of that race, and I was like, wow, 9 seconds on Vulios and 45 on Greggy. Wow, I was pretty good. I don't think it's going to happen today. But what I like about it, look how young I looked. I have those Oakley glasses with flames on the side. I have this kind of weird lens, like you can see your eyes. It was probably hot during those days. But I have no beard, like I'm all shaved like a
baby.
Like a baby.
Baby's ass. But did you feel that you were doing a good run when you were going down, or you're just cruising? And
if I knew, I would probably try to repeat those feelings for every race to try to win by 9 seconds. No, I think. I mean,
back in the day, it was the
I won the semi-final for sure.
The Vulios domination back then. It was kind of.
I think I was first in the semi-final already, and I remember I didn't know how to deal with it, and I mean it was raining, and everyone know like I like the rain because, like I say, it's all mental. I know that physically and technically I was a little bit behind maybe Steve and Vulios. But I know that in the rain, I'm crazy enough to just let it go. And I was clipping. I didn't have any flat pedals.
Because again, the tires back then were like cross-country tires.
It was
right?
210.
And brakes, no brakes.
It was the size of the rim. And I remember, because I was so afraid to have a flat tire, I put so much pressure. I think I was riding 2.5.
Wow.
Front and rear, and that's why I was probably drifting around because basically the tire was not working that way because it was so small. Then I was just using the spikes, and the spikes was just I did speed. It was just following around, and you see we're riding on the road as well. Then I think that race, a lot of people was cutting down a little bit in the middle to make sure they can pedal faster on flat. I was riding full on spike then, even on the straightaway, when it was packed, my bike was going sideways. That's why I was looking down all the time to see if I had a flat tire. But in one point, I probably realized that, well, I guess it's normal. And it was a lot. I mean, we don't have we had the T-Rough.
Yeah.
We didn't have the roll-off. And I remember, I think it was so foggy at the top, and it was raining, it was cold, and I was on a skin suit. You see my skin suit? It was so cold. I just took my jacket. My mechanic was next to me, like, did that, and I was like, all right, good luck, buddy. And I was like, oh, it's going to be a long one. Because I knew it was such a long run already, but in the rain and foggy like this, I'm like, at least, Cedric, you don't even know where you're going. You don't even see the first corner. You see on the Vulios runs before as well, if you check online. It's super foggy, and I'm like, the good thing is, I'm like, in skiing, I was exactly the same. You know, I never like to see the full run in skiing, in slalom. And then I'm like, oh, it's going to be like skiing. You're just going to go corner by corner, and you're going to advance like that all the way to the finish.
You were very clean compared to the other ones. Even Vulios were your line, and
that's the first time. Smooth. At the end, I think I made up a lot of time at the end as well because I was opening those lines really good. I knew I had to set up those corners a lot because it was just like grass and kind of steep. We don't see in the video, but it was kind of steep. And those A-bell at the end, it was an extra corner. I didn't want to miss. You know, I already crashed at the last corner in Leysin. Like, make sure I don't do the same again. Then I was pretty stuck. Like I never seen myself being so stuck at the finish because I just saw my name, I guess, just popping up first. Then I didn't even look at the time. I don't care. For me, it was just the position. I was like, yeah. And after that, I think Charlie Livermore, my team manager at the time, was like, 9 seconds, dude. And I was like, what do you mean? 1 second is enough. 9 seconds. I'm like, wow, that's good. Is that counting for the point or something? Because I was battling for the overall, but I had a up and down season. I was doing great, or I was crashing, or whatever, like Cedric style, you know. I never taken serious the overall, and I think I ended up fourth at the overall, but definitely winning with such a margin at the end was like, wow, I did pretty good. That's why I started to like even more the rain, and that's why since that race, everyone is like, oh, Cedric in the rain, doesn't matter what he's going to ride, he's going to kill it. He don't care. He's just going to be pinned. And it was pretty cool because, like I said, during those days we didn't have all those tear off. And I started the story. I was at the top and I was taking everything off, and I have like 5 or 6 tear off, but they were see through. But when you pack them up, all of a sudden you don't see much. Then I'm like, I don't even see the first corner. I put my goggles. I'm like, wow, I don't even see the front of my wheel. Then I start to take them off, all of them, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go with 2. I start riding because the fog, it was, it was raining a little bit, but not too much. It rained a lot before. Then I was going through the fog, and all of a sudden, the wet from the fog was already,
inside the tear.
It was everywhere, and I'm like, 1, 2, after 2 corners, and I'm like, great job, Cedric. And I keep going that way, and I guess, the visual, a lot of people, you can see videos, taking off the goggles. I was running the goggles because I don't see, but if I see a little bit less, but I don't have mud in my eye.
Yeah, because
that's already a plus. Then I start to fog because at the top it was kind of slower, and after we increase the speed, we have a long speed in the beginning after a couple corners, and all of a sudden I had a trick. I was taking out of my goggles, I was taking the foam from the top and the bottom, but as well sometimes you have some mud coming in, but.
Because let's remind people, those are motocross goggles.
Oh, motocross goggles, yeah.
They don't even change anything.
But because I have a small helmet as well at the time, it was like the bell. Like my goggle was sticking a little bit out, then I could have a really good air channel going through my goggles. Then I fog up a little bit, but all of a sudden, when the speed started to increase, it just cleared up. But nothing I could do. It was just from the fog, the little drop rain on my goggles. But I was so focused, and I think I had a little fender. Like I could adapt. I could adapt anyway. But what I was looking really when it come to
something green, the grass.
No, yeah, like the brand, the green, and the tape. I know how to stay between the tape, and I know how to be in the green. But at this time as well, the track was so wide. It wasn't like a small trail the way they tape it now. It was so wide, and I was like, sometimes with the fog, I was lost. I was like, high speed, with the corners on the right, I know, but where? Then I see all the brand, my wheel a little bit on the side, and I was cutting through. And every time I cut from the nice grass to the brand, to go to the mud, to go to the next to the pole, into the green again, I was like, sliding and get the grip again. I was like, wow. Well, it was pretty funny though. Like it looked like you see the jump at the end. Yeah, that was the best because I definitely remember about this race. I don't remember much about the full run, only a couple parts. But what I remember, it was like that jump because it was off camber, like landing off camber, no landing, just like wood. Little drop, but I was coming so fast because I was not using and I'm like, in the air, I start jumping, and I'm like, oh man, I was just so afraid to land and just lose the grip. Then I jump into the grass, land like a sack of potatoes, and I think I was pretty stuck because I went really far, and I was stuck. I didn't crash. I went and looked like, and I looked at the camera, and the guy probably on the camera started laughing. He's like, what that guy's doing? And I remember, we don't see the camera, it was gnarly before those grass corners. It was a gnarly wood section. Like you enter and it was like, it was only steep, rocks everywhere, and one corner. And that was the only thing I was really worried because I know I had spikes and I'm like, man, this is going to be gnarly. It's going to be rocks and roots all over the place. I'm like, try to survive that one, and I made it good. We don't see too much. We don't.
But that's what you see in the interview. Like that was sketchy with the mud tires and the rocks.
I mean, 210 big spikes, 2.5 pressure tire front and rear, jumping in a rock section. It's already slippery, but I was like just like and I guess it worked. But after that, man, we had such a good party. I remember we have to walk for a while to go into that place. Man, we partied so hard. It was hard. Next day.
It was definitely one of the runs that built the legend of Cédric GRACIA.
Well, when I look at the timing, like 9-second in videos, I don't think any other person beat videos by 9 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, Nico, for once, at least I got that one. But yeah, I remember Voulios was so hard to beat. Like what they say, the commentator, he never lose any World Cups and stuff. It was hard to beat him. Like even Steve got second overall, and Steve and him was definitely the best guys. I was a little bit under Steve. Like I was still chasing young and tried to learn, but. Definitely had fun on Iron. You can see I don't even talk too much about the race. I'm like, at the end of the interview, I say, I definitely had fun. Wow, when you're sideways everywhere, surviving past the finish and you win, yeah, it's definitely a good feeling.
This is very cool to look at those vintage
history, biking. I look so young though. What happened? 2000.
I kid you, it was
17 years ago.
17 years ago. That's quite a while, right?
Yeah,
you do look very young, and especially very.
What happened here? Like I have more hair, and you can see I have those crazy hair colors, matching my glasses.
And I like the very thin sides.
Oh yeah, those sunburns. Yeah, you know, definitely didn't have much of a beard. I was young still, but I was definitely already trouble. Oh man, people was already thinking what is going to happen tonight, especially in Switzerland where everything is like square. I remember that was my first big paycheck after race, and I had a cutoff already of I don't remember how many percent, because they pay you, and it was minus I don't know how many percent. It was for the Swiss government.
for everything you broke.
Yeah, probably.
Or you put on fire.
Trash can. No, but it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Good memories. Volvo and that team was pretty sick. I mean, except the tights we was wearing.
That was before or after the famous muscle skin suit?
Before, because after that I got beat by Minar. Minar beat me in Caprun when I had the muscle suit. I was for sure we get that one. He beat me by 0.3 or something.
Wow.
And I had a clean run. I couldn't do any better. I mean, I was battling with Palmer and everything, and Minar took the win that day. It was on Global Racing. Yeah, Minar was tough on that race because I didn't do any mistakes.
0.3. Is that the gap that made Palmer quit?
Probably.
Yeah, but that was a world champ, right?
Yeah, or 0.3 is as well the same gap between Bruni and Mikana last week.
True.
The World Championship. Well, especially, well, you see like on the run before, like we don't see on the camera here, but if you look online and look at Leysin 2000, you will see the merging of Voulios and Michael Pascal. I think we were 3 French people on the podium in that race.
Right.
Voulios and Pascal. And I think Voulios beat Pascal by 0.69. I like the 69.